Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Prepare to be amazed, because it's this week's Gospel reflection for the fourth Sunday in Ordinary Time. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Then they came to Capernaum, and on the Sabbath Jesus entered the synagogue and taught. The people were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as one having authority, and not as the scribes. In their synagogue was a man with an unclean spirit. He cried out, "What have you to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." Jesus rebuked him and said, "Quiet, come out of him." The unclean spirit convulsed him, and with a loud cry came out of him. All were amazed and asked one another, "What is this?" A new teaching with authority. He commands even the unclean spirits, and they obey him. His fame spread everywhere throughout the whole region of Galilee. The Gospel of the Lord. So one of the things that always strikes me in the Gospel stories that we hear is how often the evangelists tell us that the people were astonished or amazed. We actually hear both those terms in this Sunday's Gospel. The people were overcome. Why? Because they were seeing and hearing things that not only they had never seen before, but no one had seen before. No one taught with the authority that Jesus taught. No one could heal and cast out demons like he did. They were truly amazed by him, by the encounter with him. He was like no one else that they had ever met. Some of those people who encountered Jesus went out and spread the word about him. You know, today we would say, like, Jesus generated buzz, right? And then some of the people that were there were like influencers, and they went out and they told their friends and they told their families, and they're like, "You got to come see this guy because he's amazing. He's doing these things that no one has ever done before. He's saying things that make sense of our lives, right? He's telling us about ourselves in ways that nobody else has ever done." And so the crowds grew, and Jesus' fame spread throughout Galilee. I wonder sometimes, are we still capable of being amazed by Jesus? Or is it like we've heard it all already? This is always the danger I find, even for myself, looking at the scriptures, preparing to preach every week, every day. It's easy to start reading the story and then say, "Oh yeah, I remember this one." Do we kind of pass over it because we think we know already? So we need to regain that sense of amazement, that sense of wonder at who Jesus is and what he says and what he does, because the novelty wears off and routine sets in. We need a fresh encounter with Christ that amazes us again. And that's the constant call and invitation in our life, is to encounter Jesus again, to have a new experience of his word and his presence over and over throughout our lives. We need to open ourselves up again, to be amazed by him, amazed by the truth and the wisdom of his teaching, amazed by his healing presence, and the way he enters into the deepest darkness of our souls and is able to bring light and healing and peace. If we trust him enough, we open ourselves to him, he will amaze us again. We'll be renewed as his disciples, and then we'll start talking, just like those first disciples who encountered him. The buzz will be generated again, and the influencers among us will become evangelists, sharing the good news with those who look to them for new ideas. And Jesus' fame will spread again throughout the land.